I'm going to show you how to assemble and use Maskey. There's three components: the main body, the slider, and the spring. On the left here is the utility blade version, and on the right here is the single edge blade version. The first thing to do is make sure the slider moves freely on the main body. If it doesn't, just check for any bits of filament or anything that might be causing it to jam. Then take your utility blade, and inside the back side of the slider, you'll see tiny little notches where you have to go blade down into them and then set the utility blade, in this case, down into place. And it should be totally flush with the back side of the slider, nothing sticking out. And take your main body and you can slide it on to the slider. And then again, it should move totally freely. If it doesn't, the blade might have popped out while you're putting it on. So just make sure that blade is seated properly, and then you shouldn't have any issues. Take your spring, and with the end of the spring pointed up, set the spring down into the spot where the spring goes. Take a Phillips screwdriver and turn counterclockwise so that it seats down into place. You'll feel the spring sit down into its little notch where it has to go. And now you have a fully assembled Maskey. Now, take your roll of tape, and I find if you give this a nice little squeeze, it helps put the roll of tape on just a little bit easier, although it is already pretty easy, and it should spin freely. Now, how to hold it: take your index finger, and it goes against this knurled section that's right behind the blade, and then the rest of your fingers just go inside the tape roll. It should feel comfortable, like it's kind of just resting in your hand, and then your thumb is what actuates the blade. And you should make sure again that the blade always springs back, otherwise if it binds and sticks out, that could be a safety issue. So make sure it doesn't do that. Now, how to use Maskey: take your tape, pull it over the top, extend the blade, and what you don't do is pull straight down. Pull to the right. See how I sliced it? Or over the blade, extend the blade to the left. It's a slicing motion rather than a chopping motion. So if I go straight down, it takes way more force. So don't go straight down over the blade. Go to the left or go to the right, and it's super easy. So that's how you use Maskey. It will take a while to get used to because your hands are not used to holding something in this way and using a thumb to actuate a blade. But once you get used to it, I promise it's super easy to use. So that's the utility blade version. And again, I'm just going to assemble the single edge blade version. It's functionally identical, just a different dimension. So here again, I'm making sure that the front edge of the single edge blade is inside the notch, and then I'm going to press down on the back to make sure that this single edge blade is seated down into the slider, nothing sticking out. And I'm going to take my main body, and again, I'm going to slide it on to the slider. I chose really great names for this. And again, make sure it's moving freely. Take my spring, make sure the end is pointing up. Take my Phillips screwdriver, turn to the left until the spring seats down into place. Everything should move freely and it should spring back without any binding. Take my roll of tape, give this a little squeeze. Makes it easier to put the roll of tape on. This one's certainly harder than this one because there's more force, and this should still spring freely. In this case, I like having my third finger inside the roll and then my index finger still behind that knurled area, and then extend the tape up, extend the blade to the right. Super easy. So that's how you use Maskey blade. That's how you assemble it. That's what to watch out for in terms of binding issues. And it might take you a little while to get used to, maybe 10, 15 times of pulling the tape over, extending the blade and slicing it, but I promise you'll get used to it, and it's super easy, and then this is a super useful tool.